Hey neighbors, it's Ryan. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Ryan. I'm part of Hippie Witch Heart. Welcome to the garden. Today, there's been a slight change. We talked about it in our last video that I would have to change this because I got a day job. So, what do we think? I mean, it's not far from my natural hair color, but I can't think of how long it's been since I've been a natural color. So this happened with 2 boxes of hair dye. Don't shame me, I had to get it done before work. And a lot of determination, a pair of gloves, and like an hour and a half of me in the bathroom going, is it even? So this is what we're dealing with. Anyway, hi, welcome to Wednesdays. It's Witchy Wednesday, and last week we did the intro to the Herb Crafters Tarot. I still haven't worked with it. I'm sorry, I said I would and I didn't. But I have 3 tarot decks that need to be cleansed. And I figured that today we are going to do a little how to cleanse moment. And I'm going to walk you through the ways that I cleanse my tarot decks. And we'll go from there. Okay, let's do it. I have a little makeshift studio set up here. I have my 3 tarot decks that we're going to cleanse today. And we're going to go over different steps that I take to make my decks work. From our first tarot review, I have the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck that I loved because the way the foiling is on here, but I haven't cleansed this deck because I haven't used it outside of personal readings and my deck interview. The Herb Crafters Tarot that we did in our last video that I will link in the cards for both of them, I guess, for you to find. This one that I haven't reviewed yet, this is the Tarot of Vampires. This is the one that if you follow me on Instagram, I talked about, I found in Goodwill. It has all of the cards in it, but we need to cleanse the ever-living crap out of it because I'm not about to use a thrift store tarot deck without knowing what's going on. First, salt. The easiest. You set up a bowl, you pour the pink salt in it. This, I think I got this from like TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx. Because thrifty works. Just because you're doing a craft or something witchy, that doesn't mean that you have to spend a ridiculous amount of money to make it work. So you just put this in a bowl and you take your deck and just right in the bowl with it. I don't use this to clean my decks. I use it mostly for like spell jars and crystals, but moving on. Probably the most common is going to be using sage or a seining wand or like a smoke cleanser. I don't support smudging, mostly because of like this going on right here. Smudging is not part of something that I was taught. Although I do have indigenous heritage, it's not something that I learned how to do properly, so I don't do it. And as we've talked about in previous videos, we don't do appropriation here. That's not a thing that we do. So we don't use white sage unless it's gifted to us by other indigenous people. I don't use Palo Santo because that's something that I didn't grow up using. I don't smudge because that's a very ritualistic practice. I'll go into more depth with that in another video. I know we talked about it in one of our previous ones. These aren't white sage. These are things that pretty much anybody can use, and as a person who is both white and has indigenous heritage, it's kind of important for me to discuss the ways to properly do this without stealing from other cultures. So this is just green sage. It goes in our garden. We just grow it. We dry it out. The only 2 things that I know and have been communicated to me from the indigenous communities that I participate and engage with are white sage and blue sage. You're not supposed to use them. And then people have also said that cedar and Palo Santo is sacred, so I just avoid them. It doesn't hurt me not to use them, and it's not something that I was raised with, so I don't feel that like, but it's open for everyone. No, you can argue with somebody else in the comments. I listen to the indigenous voices around me. I think it's important to amplify them and understand that your practice needs to come without hurting other people, hurting marginalized communities. So green sage. I have a few that I've made for different things. This one is for self-love. Again, it has green sage in it, it has rosemary in it, it has rose petals in it. This one is just pine and green sage for protection. These are all easy things, especially because the holiday season just passed. So if you have dried pine needles, dry them out, turn them into a smoke cleanser. It's super easy to work with. All of these come from our own garden. We sell them at markets and stuff that we do, but you can really just make them yourself. And they don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be huge. You just do them with intention to cleanse your stuff. Super common in the metaphysical world. Incense. I'm pretty sure this one is like moonlight or something. I don't really care. You can use lavender, dragon's blood, whatever you want. But this one, I love the way it smells. Florida water. This is from Revolutionary Mystics, who I've talked about so many times on our channel. They are one of my mentors. I adore them. They make good stuff. So this is a very small batch of Florida water that they made, and it is, you can kind of see all the goodies floating around in there, but I just, and spray it. But they made this, they taught me how to use it, and so I support them because we support Witches of Color. Florida water, just give it a good shaky, and then I'm literally just gonna take the cap off and give it a little spritz on the box. It's a little water or like liquid based, so if you're scared to get your cards wet, that's fine, but I air mine out enough that I don't particularly care. And I'm gonna like double cleanse everything anyway because of just who I am as a person. But you're literally just gonna take your deck out and just give it a nice little, give it a good spritz. Let that sit on there, shuffle them through. Oh my god, it smells so good. God, Metzler, your stuff is so impressive. Okay, so that's how you would do Florida water. Super easy. That's what I do, honestly, when I'm doing like events and stuff, and I can't cleanse anything super detailed or like burn a lot of sage or cleansing wands. I literally just spray, call it a day. Next is the incense. I am a big fan of fancy candles. So I have this that I got from like Goodwill or something. And I get a candle. Also, these, life-saving. We have 2 of them. I got them from Alt & Co, which is one of my friends who makes candles, and it's just like a rechargeable electric one, and it's plasma. You just boom, candle's lit. I like to do this because then I can leave it for what I have to do, and then I'm going to take my incense, light my incense, light it, and let it burn out. It'll do its own thing. I'm just going to take this deck and literally just waft it through all of this smoke. Make things feel nice. Get it going through there. If you have to relight it, you can. You can take the wand too if you want and have the smoking. There we go. There is more smoke. You're just going to take it all over your deck, all over your box. Call it a day. These are super easy ways to cleanse if you don't have anything around you. Boom. Let that go in the distance. And now for my absolute favorite way to cleanse is with smoke cleansing from my garden. So I'm going to take this candle, and then I'm just going to use literally just this little bundle that I had. It's nice to do it in an area that has like a window or something so you have airflow. When it catches on fire, you literally just blow it out so you have the smoke. And you just, boom, cleanse your deck. Obviously, fire safety is important. Please know what you're doing with fire. Have a supervised adult around you. Do it in an area that's not super flammable, an open window, those things. Also, when you're cleansing and you're doing a smoke cleansing, if you're cleansing like this and all of your windows are shut, where is the energy gonna go? Where is it supposed to go, Susan? You light it and let it go out the window. Same with if you're cleansing your house. If you're trying to smoke cleanse your house and you don't open the windows or anything, the call is literally coming from inside the house. How are you going to cleanse if there's no way to get out? The bad energy is going to go, we're not wanted here, but I'm just going to sit on the couch because I can't go anywhere. Open a window and then put energy in after you're done. So I'm going to slide these over because I like to work through my cards as well. So you take them out of their box. I like to go over the cards individually. Just like grab a chunk of them. Cleanse. Boom. I'm going to do this for each set. All right, I'm going to cleanse these and I'll be right back. It's really important to remember when cleansing anything, you have to put things back into it. So if you use sage or rosemary, lavender, any of those things, it's going to strip all that negative energy away, which means it's an empty space. So if you are trying to promote good energy, put good things back in there. Say that you want to use this specifically for your career, sit and journal and think about this deck and focus on what you want to promote and put that energy into the space so that you can have that positive energy coming back. Remember, energy is a give and take, so if you cleanse and you're just like, no bad vibes, cool, then there's nothing. There's no vibes, period. You have to put the vibes back in. So these are all cleansed, and I'm going to sit and journal and work through them and spend some time with each one and figure out what they're going to do for me now that they are officially finished. Another thing to remember is all of this ash right here, you can keep all of that. Like if you see with where I keep mine, I have all of these. You can turn all of this into black salt, which is a protection salt. And I can show you that in another video if you want to see it. So those are the different ways that you can cleanse. You can use incense, you can use smoke cleansers, you can use Florida water if you get it from a reputable person. You can go with a good old classic of salt. Those are the different ways that I cleanse my decks and my space. Go forth, cleanse your own, and let me know what your favorite is in the comments. Did we learn something? Hopefully we learned something. What do we think? Those are the ways that I use to clean my deck. I mean, there's multiple ways that you can cleanse your crystals, your space, all of those things, but this is what I do. Hopefully you learned something. There's a few different links in the description of like the hoodoo products that I use from Metzli. You can shop from them. They're fantastic. They're the only hoodoo botanicals and like spell candles and everything we use. If you open my cabinet, it's literally just an abundance of Metzli candles. So 10 out of 10 recommend there. If you're looking for something, this is a great way to do it. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you. We love seeing you here. We're very happy to have you as part of the neighborhood. If you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, and share our videos. It helps us reach our goal of growing this channel and getting new subscribers and continue to provide content like this for you. The more subscribers we get, the more content we're able to put out, the more we can answer your individual questions. Plus, we kind of just love being here with you all. So don't forget, if you're learning how to do tarot, you can always reach out to us. Our Ko-fi page has all of the tarot services that we offer in our shop, so you can check them out. If you're a tarot deck maker or have a specific tarot deck that you love and you want to see us review, please let us know in the comments. I'd love to talk to some designers and tarot deck manufacturers to get new decks to recommend and review for you all. If you like what we do here, you can follow us on our Ko-fi page and show your support by joining the Brew Crew. Any tip, donation, or order that you place from us in our shop goes directly into funding our channel and our apothecary. We love to shout you all out in our videos and our content, so if you would like to get a personalized shout out from us, go ahead and join the Brew Crew or one of our other membership tiers, and who knows, you might find yourself in our next video. We'll see you all on Friday for a craft video. Bye, neighbors.